I drank a lot when Elizabeth got sober, then not at all when she relapsed, then for years when she finally left. I was completely gone that night in the rain outside of her place on North Sheridan when I demanded she tell me she no longer loved me. The guys who lived up on the fourth floor of her Greystone opened a window and shouted down into the street that had just in that moment become a theater. "Hey buddy, she doesn't love you anymore. Go home." This is why I don't make grand gestures anymore when things end. Gestures are a bit like reasons, which I no longer look for either, in that they're important, but they don't mean anything, not really. They can explain how you got to where you are in love, but they don't make heads or tails of what's inside that love, what's down in the center of it. If I do make any sort of romantic gestures now, I make them small, almost unnoticeable, almost to the point of being private. I have a mind that is always overly conscious of every move I make, and in it, everyone's always already watching me. Leaving Elizabeth in Chicago got easier when, returning some of her things, I gave her a pair of panties that didn't belong to her, a few sizes too small, and she tried to fight me all the way to the L stop. This is what I mean, they don't matter. Gestures, reasons. She still calls me when she's drunk every few months. I can almost smell the gin through the phone. She tells me on those dark nights of her soul that she wishes she hadn't gone through with it back in Little Rock. That if she hadn't, we'd have a 6-year-old now. And do I ever think about that? And I don't tell her I do. I don't tell her a thing. But I do. I think of what kind of father I'd make now. One like mine who stayed, or like hers who didn't, or just something else entirely.